Hi Barbara, it's Colin. Yeah, sorry to hear about the frustration, but yeah, the Gen 11s, they are, and that's what you have right now with the Diablo. Let me just see here. In our catalog, right here where you see the Gen 11, this is the latest generation of web template. It uses a different architecture. It's called the Twitter Bootstrap framework. So we moved up to that, more specifically because it scales for mobile devices and tablets and laptops, and there's a lot more bells and whistles in it. I think you have the Diablo template right here. If you go to the instructions, now the instructions in here are quite a bit different as well, and there's a lot more of them. Specifically in CSS, I don't go into details on how to change colors and whatnot. For that, I suggest you use Firebug. The reason being, there's so many different CSS things and colors to change now in the newer templates because we don't use as many graphics. We use a lot more CSS to style the colors. You're best to use Firebug and Firefox to determine what the CSS or where the CSS is, and then you can go and change it from there. Let me explain let me show you what I'm talking about there for a sec. Yeah, I mean, some of the tutorials talks about changing colors, where to find the styles, but things move all the time. So I've posted a more updated bit of information somewhere that basically says if you want to go and be more advanced and change the colors, make sure you have the Firebug extension for Firefox. So you just pull up Google, type in Firebug for Firefox. Make sure you're using Firefox as your development browser, and just get this add-on right here, and I'll show you why. You go download that, install it for Firefox, because let's say this color here, you want to change that color. You just right-click on the word, use Inspect Element with Firebug, and a little panel will open up, usually at the lower part of your thing, and right over here are all the styles listed for you already, right? And the cool thing is you can sort of hover over this word here, where it says website name web, right? So you can sort of look at the page, you see where I hover over it, so it shows you what you're hovering over. And over here, it shows you what the style sheet is, what line it is, and where the color is. And even better, if you want to test a different color out, like red, you can change it right there in the page, like so, to test it out, to see if you like it. And then if you do, then you can actually go in the styles, because whenever you do something in Firebug, it's only doing it in your browser window. As soon as you refresh, it'll go back to its normal state. So if you want to change colors in Diablo, that's the way to do it, okay? Or find out where background images are and that sort of a thing. You just use the Firebug, and it's a lot faster than digging through all the style sheets. Or you just contact me directly, but then you have to wait for me to get back to you. So the only graphic we actually use is this one right here because of the unique shape. That's the only one in this entire template that's actually colored through a PNG file. The rest here, I mean, the background images, those are their background images. You can't do that with CSS, but all these different colors here, those are obviously things you could change right through the CSS of the site as well. So, yeah, but that's how to check. You could, right there where it says Gen 11, right? If you just look up, it'll say Gen 10 or Gen 9 for the version. You have a Gen 10 version in your Stitch, so yeah, but the instructions are a little bit different. I mean, if you want to swap it out, that's not a problem. We can swap it out for something else, a Gen 10 if you want. But the Gen 11s, we're adding more. We add more and more and more features to them as we develop more things. So down the road, yeah, there's a bigger learning curve, but there's also more bells and whistles. So it's really up to you. The Gen 10s were one of my favorites because they were all consistent, but then we had a lot of our members saying that there's just, when are you going to do something new? I want something new. So we actually had to go and, decide to figure a way to do that, and that was by using the Twitter Bootstrap framework and making some new things.